There's a story you tell yourself. It's a narrative carefully constructed over time. It includes your name, the experiences of your past, and the hopes and fears you hold for your future. It's the story of you. This story feels undeniably real, like the solid ground beneath your feet. But in reality, it's just a collection of memories, fleeting thoughts, and ever-changing feelings, all woven together. You believe you're the main character, the central figure in this unfolding drama. But look closer. Examine the evidence. Can you actually pinpoint and define this self you believe yourself to be? When you search for it, what do you find? Only a stream of thoughts and feelings constantly passing by, like clouds in the sky? There's no solid, unchanging me to be found. The story is simply a habit of mind, a pattern of thinking, not your true and essential identity. You are not the story. You are the awareness, the vast and open space in which the story appears and unfolds. This realization is profoundly freeing. You're no longer limited to being a small, defined character trapped within a narrow narrative. The story creates a false sense of separation from others and an unnecessary feeling of struggle. But remember, it's just a story. When you truly see this, a deep stillness naturally arises within you. And in that stillness, you begin to sense a deeper, more authentic dimension of yourself. A dimension that is not constructed of thought, not defined by the mind. You are the space, the container, not the story itself. And that space is vast, limitless, open, and ultimately free. Imagine a mirror that's reflected countless faces and scenes. Over time, it starts to believe it is one of those faces. But the mirror's true nature is to be empty and clear, not any single reflection. Your consciousness is like this mirror, reflecting thoughts, emotions, and self-images. You become attached to the reflection, forgetting you are the mirror itself. The face in the mirror is temporary. The mirror is eternal. When sadness or fear appears, see it as a passing reflection, not your identity. You are the silent, aware presence behind all reflections. Look deeper. What is the awareness that sees the face? In that looking, the mirror is empty. Pure consciousness. This is your true nature, not a story or image, but the reality of being. Peace is always available, just behind the stream of thinking. Remember, you are the mirror, not the face. Imagine a magical book, ancient and wise, that writes itself, filling its pages with tales untold. Page by page, the narrative unfolds, revealing secrets and destinies intertwined. One character within the book, deeply immersed in its world, believes it's all undeniably real, with its own will, its own set of worries, and its own unique path to follow. But ultimately, it's just ink and paper, a part of the grand story, mysteriously writing itself into existence. Your life, in many ways, is like this very book. The story of you, with all its twists and turns, is constantly being written in each passing moment. The ego, that persistent voice in your head, often thinks it's the sole author, but in reality, it's just another character, another creation intricately woven into the fabric of the story. The sense of a separate I, that feeling of being an individual entity, is ultimately an illusion, meticulously created and maintained by the constant stream of thought. The universe itself is one vast, seamless story, continuously unfolding and expanding, and you, in your essence, are not separate or distinct from this grand cosmic narrative. Thoughts, in their essence, are just fleeting words, momentarily appearing on the blank page of your awareness. When you truly see and understand this profound truth, you can finally relax, surrender the need for control, and simply let the story of your life unfold naturally. You are not merely the character playing a role on the stage of life. You are the entire book itself, the ink that gives it form, the captivating story it tells, and even the profound silence that exists between the words. By letting go of the limiting confines of the small, constructed self, you awaken to your true, expansive identity as the whole interconnected process of life itself. In this state of profound understanding, the internal struggle ceases, and you effortlessly live in a state of creative flow, guided by the natural current of existence. Imagine you're dreaming you have a name, a body, a world. It all feels real until you realize you're just a character in a dream. Sometimes the dream character dreams again a dream within a dream. Which one is you? The mind gets confused. This is like waking reality. We believe we're a person in a solid world. But what if this too is a kind of dream? The ego is the dreamer who believes it's awake, but it's just part of the dream. The true source is consciousness itself, the awareness in which all dreams arise. Like a wave in the ocean, the me is never separate from its source. Awakening is realizing the story of me is not ultimate reality. Life becomes lighter, more playful. You are not the dream character, but the dreamer, the consciousness dreaming the world. And in that realization, you find freedom. The end of suffering isn't about improving your story, crafting a more compelling narrative, or tweaking the details to your liking. It's not about becoming a better character within the confines of that story, striving for some idealized version of yourself. It's about waking up from the story altogether, realizing it's just a construct. The story of me, with all its dramas and triumphs, ultimately creates separation and conflict. It builds walls where none need to exist. Letting go of the story doesn't end your life. It doesn't mean ceasing to exist. It's not an ending. It's the beginning of true living, a liberation from self-imposed limitations. When you're no longer trapped in your personal history, defined by past events and future anxieties, you open to the vastness of the present, the infinite possibilities that reside in each moment. The ego is just a habit of thought, a collection of beliefs and patterns, not an enemy to be vanquished. Withdraw your belief from it. Stop feeding it with your attention, and it dissolves, like mist in the morning sun. What remains is stillness, a profound sense of peace. Peace and deep connection to everything around you, a sense of belonging to something larger than yourself. You are not a drop in the ocean, isolated and insignificant. You are the entire ocean in a drop, containing the vastness and depth of all existence within you. The awareness looking through your eyes, the consciousness that animates your being, is the same in everyone, a universal presence expressing itself in countless forms. Underneath the mind's noise, the constant chatter of thoughts and emotions, is a silent, unified field of consciousness. Your true home, your essential nature. Peace is what you are, what you discover when you stop believing the story, when you rest in the present moment. The end of the story is the beginning of you, the unveiling of your true self. Here, now, in this moment, fully alive and present.